Bodhidharma says, many roads lead to path, but basically there are only two. First, reason. Second, practice. What are these two ways, Master? Please enlighten us. There are no two ways. There is only one way, and that is understanding. Understanding by observations and understanding by experience. And what to understand? There is not too many things that you need to understand. Just one thing, and that is you cannot understand. Understanding is the way. Just one way. And this is enough. But understanding what? Understanding truth? Understanding reality? Understanding consciousness? God? Understanding life? Understanding what? And understanding of what? Understanding not of truth, not of God, not of reality. But understanding of your own limitation, your own intellect, understanding of the faculty of understanding that you have, which cannot understand everything. It thinks that it can understand. It tries its best to understand, but it cannot understand. This is what you need to understand. Understanding that it is beyond understanding. Not beyond your understanding. Beyond everyone's understanding. This is what that needs to be understood. There is only one path, that is understanding. Bodhidharma says there are two paths. First is reason. Second is practice. What he is trying to say. He is not saying there are two paths. It is his helplessness to say that there are two paths, but there is just one path. He says first is reason. If you put your reason and try to grasp everything, where will you end up? You will end up at the conclusion that everything is beyond comprehension. If you try to understand a leaf, initially you will feel that it is in your grasp. The color is green. I can see its structure, its scientific names, its properties. But as you go deeper and deeper, where will you end up? As you go at its atomic level and then subatomic level and the empty space in them, where will you end up? Where from the empty space in a leaf came? Where from first leaf came? Can you understand? And from wherever the first leaf came, from where that came, look at the star and try to put your reason, try to understand. Initially, you will feel that you are able to comprehend. The star is made up of these elements. It is out and out solid, it is out and out gas, it is half solid, half gas. These elements are dominating on the star. But as you go deeper and deeper, you will end up at a point where you will feel that now it is no more in the range of comprehension. As you go deeper into anything, it starts becoming blur. It starts becoming mysterious. It starts challenging your intellect. Your intellect starts surrendering. It starts realizing that initially I was able to understand, I was able to figure out, I was able to observe and write down equations, but now I'm not able to comprehend. I'm no more able to grasp. The faculty of understanding that you have starts realizing that what I'm trying to understand is beyond understanding. It's beyond comprehension. It's beyond everybody's comprehension. This is the first way which Bodhidharma is talking about, the reason. Put your reason into something and see. You never put your reason completely. You look at a tree, you say it's a mango tree, it has these many mangoes, it is this tall, but beyond that you never go. Go deeper into that. Dive deep into mango tree and you will end up at infinity. Because as you start going deeper and deeper into mango tree, It no more remains mango tree after a point. It becomes something else. You will not see leaves and branches anymore if you go deeper and deeper into it. Things start blurring. You do not put reason completely. When was the last time you saw something and dived deep into that completely? You notice the surface. Your logic dances on the surface. And you think you have understood. But is that thing just surface? It has no depth. Is a leaf just a leaf? It has nothing else. Apart from the color and the structure, it has nothing else. Dive deep into it. Everything that you see, if you go deep into them, you will end up at infinity. You will end up at a great emptiness. You will begin from the surface of the leaf, but if you go deep and deep into it, you will end up at empty space in them. It is true with everything. Take anything and try to observe completely. Do not be in a hurry. If you try to observe completely the totality of it, then you will have to go deep into it. All that is matter. One end of it is material, another end of it is not material. That is beyond. One end of a tree is physical, another end is not. One end of a stone is physical, solid, totally incomprehension. But another end of it is not solid. It's not in comprehension. Everything has that vast emptiness at its depth, but there we never go. We remain on the surface and we say we have understood. Is there even one thing that we have understood till now? Do we understand what is an atom completely? Have we understood even an atom from all its possible directions? We understand electron, proton, neutron. We dived deep into them and realized there are subatomic particles, there is quarks, but what is beyond that? Dive deep into the quarks. What is beyond that? What is at the deepest point of an atom? Is there electron? Is there proton? At the deepest point of an atom, what is there? Till we have not gone there, how can we claim that we have understood atom? And it is true with everything. It is true with a brick, a stone, a leaf, a flower, your own body. Have we understood even one thing from its beginning to the end? We haven't understood. We have understood the surface, but depth we have not understood. We do not do this journey of understanding a thing completely. We do not put our logic completely. We say that we are logical beings, we are rational beings, but if you put your logic into understanding even one thing completely, from the surface to the depth, from material to non-material aspect of it, then a profound realization will happen, and that will be that cannot be understood. Your logic will no more dance. Your logic will sit down quietly in the corner, because it will have realized that there was something that it was not able to grasp. There was something which it tried its best to grasp, but it failed. If you're really a logical person, you must put your logic completely. But you put only superficially. You put your logic only half. This is the first way, that is reasoning. Bodhidharma says, reason. Try to understand anything. Observe and understand. And if you truly do this journey of understanding a thing completely, then you will end up at a place where you will feel that it is beyond understanding. It is beyond comprehension. And in that profound realization that it is beyond comprehension and understanding, your intellect will settle down. Your mind will become one. It will no more remain fragmented. It will no more have that ego, that arrogance of having the ability to understand everything. it will become polite, quiet, like a child. There is just one thing that one has to understand, and that is one cannot understand everything. There is only one thing to understand, that is, nothing can be understood. There is only one thing to understand, that it's beyond understanding. In this realization, the one in you who had ego, who had this arrogance that it can understand everything, that will settle down. And in that settling down of intellect, you will experience oneness. In that settling down of intellect, you will become free from the resistance in you. You will be drenched in bliss. And this bliss is from great freedom. The freedom from understanding. The freedom from knowing. Somehow this understanding has to happen if you want to realize this understanding that it is beyond your understanding. This understanding that it is beyond your control. This understanding that you are not the boss here. This understanding that there is something beyond you. There is something beyond your algorithm, beyond your logic, beyond your calculations. Till the time this understanding does not happen, your ego cannot fall. Your ego will think that it is God, it is the Creator, that it can control everything. It will live with this false belief that it can command everything, it can grasp everything. But the truth is that it cannot grasp. But it will live with this belief that it can. So a time will come when ego will be hurt. And this hurt will bring suffering to you. You will suffer. You will cry. If this one understanding happens, you are free. Nothing else is needed. If you just understand somehow that things are beyond your understanding, you are free. You are free. That state of realization that it is unknowable, not unknown, because what is unknown will become known tomorrow, but what is unknowable will remain unknowable. Only in unknowable can your ego dissolve. Only in unknowable you are helpless. If this realization happens that it is beyond known and unknown, it is unknowable, then you will settle down. In that settling down, truth will arrive. It will not arrive because you are longing for truth, you are seeking for truth, you are practicing. No, it will arrive when your intellect is tired, when your intellect has realized that it cannot grasp everything, when your intellect has realized that everything is beyond unknown and known, everything is unknowable. After this realization, intellect settles. You become quiet. You stop even asking questions. You have thirst, but you stop searching for water. You become quiet. In that moment of silence, being quiet, something arrives and something happens. That arrival is truth, and that happening is bliss. But truth will not arrive if you are seeking for it. Seeking means what? Intellect has not settled yet. It is still trying to grasp, understand, comprehend. Intellect seeking for truth means what? Intellect trying to understand, grasp truth. But truth will not arrive till intellect thinks that it can pull truth, it can call truth, it can comprehend truth. When intellect gives up, surrenders, then it settles down, it becomes quiet, it no more seeks, it no more tries to search, find, experience, asks. It settles, it becomes quiet. In that moment of quietness, truth knocks at the door. Truth enters. In that moment of quietness, bliss finds you. It quenches your thirst. This understanding has to happen. And this understanding can happen in two ways. One is by reason, by actually trying to understand a thing, a leaf, a stone, the sky. This is the logical way of realizing that logic does not work after a point. This is a rational way to realize that after a point, being rational is not enough. After a point, nothing is enough. This is what Bodhidharma is talking about. Reason and practice. But there is only one way, that is understanding. Not two ways. But understanding can happen in two ways. One is by actually trying to understand by putting your reason, logic, and second way is experiencing. Second way is suffering. Somehow, intellect has to get tired. Somehow, intellect should start realizing that it cannot grasp everything. And how will it realize? It can realize only in two ways. One is reason, another is suffering. If you actually start trying to understand a thing, you will end up understanding that you cannot understand anything. This is the first way, where intellect gives up, surrenders, and becomes quiet. Second way is the suffering of life. You go through life, the storms of life, the uncertainties of life. In the beginning of life, you think that you understand life. You think that you can control things. You can control people. You can control the world. You are in love and you think that you understand love. You think that love will bring great joy to you. The lover will bring great pleasure to you. You have a colorful world in your head. Your intellect thinks it is easy. It can dictate. But as you go through the heat of life, you start realizing that you are not able to figure out. You start realizing that nothing is in your control. You are in love, but you don't know what love is. You are in relationship, but you are not able to control it. You try to do everything for a person, still you get nothing in return. This will give you a lot of pain, and this pain will break your ego. As you go through more and more pain and sufferings in life, you will notice that you've started becoming softer and softer. Pain dissolves your ego. When you go through storm and pain and hardship in the world, you feel clueless. You used to think that you are a brilliant person. You are a professor. You are a psychologist. You know the brain. You know neurology. You're a doctor. You know the science of body. You're a philosopher. You know how life functions. Initially, you have all these conclusions about yourself. But as you go through the heat of life, you start realizing that, well, I know these things, yet I'm not able to control anything. I have knowledge, but nothing is working. Things are falling apart. I am desperate. I cannot sleep. I cannot smile. I cannot laugh openly. I cannot even cry. Totally. The suffering of life, the pain of life tears you apart. There's nobody who will never go through pain and suffering in life. The pain and suffering is inevitable. It will knock everyone's door. Whether you are a beggar or a king, whether you are illiterate or a Nobel laureate, it will knock everyone's door. And this pain and suffering tears you. It melts down your ego. And while going through this pain and suffering, you start realizing that things are not in your control. You start realizing that life is spontaneous. You may plan that you want to do these things, but something else will end up happening. What you are doing today, did you plan it? And whatever you had planned, are you doing? Life is spontaneous. You wanted to do a certain job, are you doing? You had fantasy. You had desires. Where are they? You wanted to marry a girl. You wanted to build this, build that. You wanted your relationships to be in a certain way. Did they happen? As you go through the experiences of life, you will start realizing that life is spontaneous. You are not the master. You can plan 10 things, but life is spontaneous. Something else will happen most of the time. Your lover may leave you and go. You might say, oh, she loves me so much. She loves me madly, but you never know. She might go, he might go, and if she or he doesn't go, you will again become happy. That see, I had planned and it happened. But soon you will realize that, well, it happened, but where is the joy? You will start feeling bored, empty, meaningless. Those who could not find are suffering the failure. Those who found, they are suffering the emptiness. They are not in bliss. You had thought that I will be in bliss if this happens and that happens. And sometimes, whenever it has happened, were you in bliss? You will not be in bliss. The desperateness in you will not go. Eventually, you will realize that things are not totally in your control. How things happen, one part you know, another part nobody knows. How a person will behave, one aspect you know, another aspect nobody knows, not even the person. Nobody knows that aspect in that person is infinity. It's mysterious. That you cannot grasp, that you cannot comprehend. One aspect of love you know, but another aspect, which is the deeper aspect that you do not know and that you can never know, that remains unknowable, that remains mysterious. As you go through experiences in your life, you will start realizing that you cannot comprehend everything. It is beyond control. It is beyond understanding. And in this realization, intellect settles, becomes quiet. It becomes tender, gentle. And in this moment of silence, tenderness, something arrives, and that is truth. Intellect will have to settle down. Till the time intellect has not realized that it cannot grasp everything, realization cannot happen. An intellect can realize that it cannot grasp everything only in two ways: A, by reason, B, by practice. Reason is you actually trying to grasp, understand a thing from its beginning to end. B, practice, which is the suffering of life. Only when you fail to understand by reason, you need the second way, that is the suffering. There is only one way, that is understanding. Understanding that intellect cannot grasp all. And the state that comes after this understanding, that intellect cannot grasp all, that state is eligible for truth. That state will be given all without asking. Try to understand it by reason. This is an easier way. You have no choice of not understanding. This luxury you do not have. Either you understand consciously by putting your reason, or life will make you understand by pain and suffering. Either you try or life will try. There's no question of not happening. You cannot escape. You will have to understand. There is no way that you will never realize There is no way that your intellect will never settle. It will settle one day, but one is an easy way, another is painful way. Easy way is the reason. Scientifically, rationally, logically, try to understand the thing, and you will end up at understanding that you cannot understand. And that will bring settlement and inner settlement. This is an easy way. But if you do not go for this easy way, then life has a bitter way for you. Life will tear you apart. The pain and suffering that you see in your life is not because of an incident, event, some mistakes, no. The pain and suffering in life that you are experiencing is nothing but life ways to make you understand that you cannot understand everything. The pain and suffering in life that you're going through is life's way of telling you that everything is not in your comprehension. It is life's way of telling you that you are not the boss. You are not the ultimate. You cannot dictate. Life has a bitter way. And if you still show resistance, if you still try to maintain your ego, then life will crush you. It has to crush you for your own betterment. Because till the time you have ego, there is no bliss, there is no freedom, there is no settlement. Till the time you have ego, you are wandering from one place to another, from one pleasure to another. Till the time you have ego, you are homeless. Life wants you to return to home and relax. Life wants you to be free. But you don't understand. You think being egoistic is being free. You're very convinced that being egoistic is being supreme. Being on the top is being supreme, but life tells you no. You better understand consciously by reason. Otherwise, I will have to do something to make you understand. Life gives you pain and suffering to tell you that being on the top is not supreme. Being on the ground is supreme. Being too knowledgeable like an adult is not great. Being innocent like a child is great. This is life's way of crushing your intellect so that intellect settles. So that intellect realizes that it cannot grasp all. Everything is beyond its comprehension. Somehow, intellect has to settle. And to settle this intellect, Bodhidharma says there are two ways: reason and practice. Reason is your way. Practice is life's way. Your way is easier way. Life's way is bitter way. There is just one thing That is, understand that it's beyond understanding. Once you understand this, you are free. You are free from the grip of ego, from the game of duality. You are free for once and all.